High atop the jagged peaks of the frozen world, Tommy stood tall in his pristine neon-bright ski gear. His boots were locked into his skis for the very first time, yet he felt like a king surveying his kingdom. He adjusted his goggles with a flourish, staring down the terrifying, icy slope. To the howling wind, he declared, "I am an excellent skier. Absolutely first class." The silence was broken by a sudden whoosh. Jerry zoomed past, effortlessly carving through the powder while casually reading a tiny newspaper. "Morning, Tommy," Jerry called out before vanishing. Tommy grunted, "Show off," with a sneer, preparing his own descent. Tommy pushed off, and physics immediately rebelled. He lost all balance, his limbs flailing like a panicked windmill. He became a human pinball, bouncing uncontrollably down the mountain. He barreled straight into a row of perfectly built snowmen. Thwack, thud, crash. With every impact, coal eyes and silk hats flew into the air, landing with impossible precision on Tommy's head. By the time he skids to a halt at the bottom, he is a towering stack of winter accessories. 6 top hats wobbled precariously on his head. He cleared his throat, looked at the stunned crowd, and whispered, "I meant to do that." Determined to reclaim his dignity, Tommy boarded the ski lift. But Jerry was waiting at the controls. With a mischievous grin, Jerry cranked the speed lever to the absolute maximum. The lift gave a violent jerk, launching Tommy into the sky like a stone from a catapult. He soared high over the jagged peaks, looking down at the soft, white clouds drifting below. For a moment, the world was silent and peaceful. "Actually rather beautiful up here," he muttered to himself. Then, gravity remembered its job. He plummeted through the air, slamming headfirst into a deep snowdrift, leaving only his skis sticking up like twin tombstones. Tommy crawled out of the drift, dizzy and disoriented. He accidentally stumbled right into the starting gate of the Professional Downhill Invitational. Before he could blink, the starter pistol fired. The sheer incline of the pro slope sent Tommy hurtling forward with impossible, terrifying speed. He was a blur of neon fabric and screaming lungs, his arms windmilling in a desperate search for friction. He zoomed past the world's elite racers, who watched in confusion as a man with 6 hats overtook them. Jerry, trailing behind, gasped in sheer shock. How was he going that fast? Jerry cried out, straining to keep up. Tommy didn't have an answer. He was too busy trying not to die. He smashed through the finish line banner at Mach speed, but he didn't stop there. He crashed through the solid wood wall of the mountain lodge, leaving a Tommy-shaped hole in the timber. He flew across the room and embedded himself deep within the lobby fireplace. A heavy silence fell over the room. Suddenly, clatter, clatter, boom, a massive gold trophy fell down the chimney, landing perfectly in Tommy's soot-covered hands. The awards ceremony was a sight to behold. Tommy stood on the highest podium, blinking in total confusion, still covered in a thick layer of fireplace soot. Jerry stood on the third-place block, his left eye twitching with pure resentment. "Tommy, you actually won," Jerry hissed, unable to believe his luck. Tommy didn't skip a beat. He straightened his charred top hat, looked down at the gold trophy, and adopted his most regal expression. "Yes, naturally," Tommy replied with a smug nod. "It all went exactly as I planned." The crowd roared with applause as the accidental champion basked in his unearned glory.